This is like really going down a dark path
we'll
here.
Just
get some of those bottle cap
Get someone from Snyder and have them price it out.
Who are you working with over there?
And we'll figure it out from there. It'll be great. That's right. It's time to spend more money with Vinny Caravella and the budgeting committee.
This game takes all about 20 seconds.
You don't have any money.
All right, we're done. See you next week, folks. On Spend More Money. I just was walking by. Here's a little anecdote.
I love it.
Just was walking by with you guys.
Is it story time? I know we lost you, and I'm just like,
because I stopped by to just go say hi and make a quick joke of like to one of the people who's in finance, and was like, "Hey, just wanted to check you were in that room when we said we got the approval for this." Yeah, you should double check on that.
Like,
I was like, I guess just kind of teasing, saying hi, and like, you were there, right? Like, we got,
finance people don't F around.
No.
It's serious stuff.
I should never talk to anybody.
No.
Ever again.
Lesson learned, huh?
That's what. That's why you lost me, because I was like, oh,
well, shit. Okay.
Fuck.
Okay, I guess I will, because I need that stuff.
We should double check before you do any more work on that.
I thought we had clearance on that.
No.
Clearance.
No.
Jeff Gerstmann having to rely on the soundboard as we have a ghostly empty fourth chair here.
Yeah.
Brad Shoemaker out on vacation this week, taking a quick...
fitting it in before things get busy.
Yeah. Now's the time to do it.
Unlike me, I'm going to wait until things get busy and then poof.
Be like, all right.
You'll be like, all right, you guys need to have reviews up day of launch for everything. For everything.
All games.
All games. All right,
everything.
see ya. And also video reviews for everything.
Yeah.
All right, peace.
And Tank's coming back. All right, later.
All right, see you guys.
What did he say about tanks?
He said tanks are coming back. Big way. World of Tanks.
So happy. Thanks, God. I saved my tanks from when I was a kid.
Finally. No, now...
You need those.
You can't find these anymore.
No, now they're just making... Also, it's actually devaluing the old tanks.
No, there's vintage tanks.
Tanks are coming back.
In a big way.
Well, because you can't tell the difference. It's hard to...
No, the old tanks have...
It's hard to authenticate.
They have that banana seat, the really long one that like two people can sit on.
You can make a new one of those.
No, it's not.
You can make a new.
It's a tank built for two.
Yeah. Just like the song.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Brad?
What song?
Where's Brad to stop this?
I'm right here, mate. Brad Shoemaker at your service.
Thank God.
Emails.
Stop all this nonsense. Woo. Bring us back to...
Oi, me APMs.
Swarthy Brad.
It never gets old. Every time it makes me happy. You're spot on.
North Carolina accent,
Yeah, it's Carolinian.
I work on it more than I'd like to admit.
That Kakalaki sound.
Yeah.
Who's up on the screen today, Ryan, that nobody can see but us?
That's some sort of Skype conversation, Skype call.
Okay. Is that happening now?
No, I think that happened... I guess it happened earlier today.
Well, send a call.
I'm going to crack open this drink I got.
Jeff.
Yeah, we got a bunch of beverages in the mail today. So we put up the mailbag of all the Romanian candy.
Yeah.
And then right before we were coming up here, we got 2 more boxes that were like almost identical in size and shape to that one. I got really worried. Lee in Michigan sent us...
You got worried that it was way more Romanian stuff?
Yeah, no. Instead, it was a whole bunch of beer.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of cans of craft beer.
Oh, wow.
Not craft, like craft.
Oh.
It'd be a lot cooler, though.
Blue cans.
That'd actually be cooler if it was just blue can, like macaroni and cheese with beer.
Just open it and cheese whiz flavored beer.
Yeah. I bet if Kraft just made just beer, just craft beer, that'd be fine.
Just like Hormel beer?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Hormel beer existed.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced.
I just think it's a big scam.
I guess I wouldn't know. I don't know. Yeah.
I've tried to like find information about it. Come up empty.
Mm-hmm. I remember when generics were all the rage, and the Luckies just had all the yellow cans, black lettering.
Oh yeah, that was the best.
Beer, potato chips,
it's like living in Repo Man,
all that sort of stuff.
It was fucking awesome.
Great.
Wait, when was that?
Like the early 80s, mid-80s.
Oh wow, they would just like stand in.
There would be
they just had a whole.
There would be an aisle that was just generic stuff, like not even house brand. It was just like yellow box or yellow bag,
just
big
chips on
fucking block.
It was before they had come up with the idea of like, oh, we should have a house brand.
Right.
They were just like, Beer.
Did you just sell it to like movie production studios
Yeah.
to use
Yep.
use in your movie? Oh, beer. Okay.
But in addition to all the beers, since some energy drinks here, these appear to be hunting oriented.
Yeah, this is Team Real Tree Outdoor Energy.
That's what I have, except mine is Blaze Orange. And yours is
wait,
mine's regular.
Ryan's in camo, and you're the sensible hunter. You're the
I'm in safety. I'm in Blaze Orange.
yeah, Blaze Orange.
But then on the back here, it says not for city boys.
It does, right at the bottom underneath the ingredients list.
Not for city boys.
I have totally had all of the things on this list.
what?
Taurine.
Yeah.
High fructose corn syrup.
Carbonated water, yeah. HFCS, I know that shit.
Well, I don't know. This is some sort of energy drink. But it's outdoor energy, so
Not
Yeah.
for city boys.
look out. I'm going to drink it inside.
It's from Nashville.
It's bad luck.
You're kind of in a
We're gonna
city,
drink it in a city.
In a city.
boy.
as
Boy.
city boys.
It's got a wide... Oh, jeez.
Oh no! That's
Oh,
the
God damn
That's
it.
what happens. That's what happens.
That's it. City, dumb city boy.
Open these in the city.
Oh, it smells terrible.
And that smell never goes
Are there
away.
napkins in here?
No.
Why not?
Because you're not supposed to have food or drink in here.
What? Why not?
I'll
There's
tell you
multiple
what.
signs.
While you guys dip into that,
Holy shit.
I'll go see what's happening in the kitchen.
All right.
Did you just get hunting drink all over the counter?
No, I mean,
No,
none of it's on this laptop that's sitting here, so I ain't too worried about it.
Well, forget the laptop.
Yeah, I mean, this laptop would be improved by... Oh, Vinny's got it.
Oh.
Oh, look at that. Roll of paper towels.
Vinny totally
Stashed.
found a stash of paper towels.
Why are those here?
Everybody else drinks in here too.
That's true. Before we started, I threw out like 3 empty waters and 2 coffee cups and all sorts of stuff.
So you're saying we're not the only ones totally flagrantly abusing the rules of the studio?
City boys. How's your
Wiping this-
country boy drink?
I don't know. I was tasting it amidst all of this kerfuffle, and now
then just did a spit take.
Spit it all over this TriCaster up there.
Oh no! I bet it's sticky.
it tastes like an energy drink.
Yeah.
This is why we stopped this segment.
I came to that conclusion the second time I ever participated in one of those. This tastes like the first one.
Mine's Blaze Orange, though, you guys.
I bet they're the same.
You're gonna have to swap it.
No, this one smells orangey.
And yours smells like green.
It's a very like light flavor. It's not a very thick,
No, it is very effervescent.
fizzy.
You could say that too.
Enjoyable?
Sure,
Okay.
it's not bad.
It's okay.
Is it for energy?
Very kind of a chemically back end on it.
Not getting too much of that on this one.
Yeah.
Maybe it is different. Man, remember Jolt White Lightning?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Tasted like Dimetap, but it was
Yep.
clear.
So apparently, the 3 Olives people,
I don't know.
they make flavored vodkas.
Okay.
And they make them in crazy flavors. You know, it's like I'm sure they do the standard stuff. They're the coconut
bacon,
vodka, but
bacon vodka and shit like
they
that.
probably I don't know.
Yeah.
They do one that tastes like Fruit Loops. That is very specifically designed to taste like Fruit Loops.
But they can't say,
No,
yo,
they
this
call
tastes
it
like Fruit Loops.
I believe they call it loopy.
Okay. And like, it tastes like fruit. Fucking put it together, you guys.
No, I think they just call it loopy. And then the O's in loopy are cereal bits or something. They go like, huh?
Can we make it any clearer for you?
Apparently, they make one that is called Perp. That tastes like Dimetap. That tastes basically like grape cough syrup.
And they sell this just as vodka flavored vodka?
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's coming in a can?
No.
Okay.
No. These are
are bottles.
I mean, just a can of flavored vodka.
With the name
kind of
like,
life are you leading?
Well, the name like Perp, it sounds like
Yeah,
it
that's
should be in a
true,
can.
No canned vodkas.
What's wrong with the can of vodka?
All the beer makers are going back to cans because it keeps the light out, and cans are better now. Like cans are okay now.
I still...
You want
I
to?
feel weird with, like, these craft brew brands.
Yeah, that's what we just got. I mean, in addition to these energy drinks, we got like a couple of
Well, canning seems
couple of
like
12 packs.
a complicated process.
I think it's still, like, it's gotten better, but I feel like it still has to have some impact on, like, 'cause you gotta... you know what? I don't fucking know anything
I read
about-
something relatively recently that made it sound like they were going back to cans because cans had been figured out and it was not a big deal.
Okay.
And it was better than bottles because the sunlight never got in.
Got it. Great.
Anyway,
Okay.
they also do one that's apparently this is all secondhand. Apparently, they do one called Dude that tastes like Mountain Dew.
Is dude spelled?
I don't know. this was relayed to me vocally.
Okay.
So
A follow-up question.
I know, yeah. Well, I knew he was not in a position to answer the follow-up, so I didn't ask it. So,
Okay. Maximizing your time.
yeah. So maybe that's what we need to get into. Maybe that's the next step for drink tasting, is we just get into tasting flavored vodkas. Come on.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Nothing.
No, they just
See?
spell it. They just spell it dude.
Okay.
I would not.
D-U-D.
I would not like that as a flavor.
Ugh, tastes like dude.
Yeah.
Dude flavored vodka.
Someone duded this vodka.
And then it's the color is like it looks like Mountain Dew. It's that sickly
Yeah.
Is that orange?
like no, it's like that
Green.
bad greenish yellow that liver failure sort of jaundiced.
Like they stuck a tube into you and a bag on the other end, and this is the color of stuff that's coming out, and they say, oh, we're going to leave that in you until it goes clear.
Yeah, it's not good when it's that color. We can tell there's something deeply wrong with you.
What if they're just mixing it with Mountain Dew?
I'm just not telling anybody
Yeah.
that it's really Mountain Dew.
It's actually just Mountain Dew with vodka. Tastes like Mountain Dew with vodka. Yeah?
Weird.
That is weird.
My life has been served thus far pretty well by just vodka flavored vodka.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No orange juice. in the
Yeah, I don't
vodka?
necessarily get the need for flavored vodka because I'm never drinking vodka straight.
Yeah,
So I'm always mixing it with something anyway.
yeah.
But now you don't have
Well, like
to.
so, I made some Bloody Marys this weekend, and someone was talking about using bacon flavored vodka, and I could see that adding something to like
Sure.
a Bloody Mary.
A breakfast drink.
A good breakfast drink like a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
So I could see that being a.
Well, somebody was like, had that same conversation. They were like, I don't drink vodka straight, so like I mix it with something. And well, dude, what if we just pre-mix it with something?
But they're not. I mean, the
It's still pure straight
just
vodka.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not diluting the vodka at all. That's a key thing here
You
to
should know that.
remember is that
Don't drink that whole
it is
bottle.
not. Yeah, it is not reducing the alcohol by volume content enough
Okay.
to make
this is
a
not a
significant.
mixed drink.
Yeah, this is not a mixed drink.
This is a flavored
This is a
vodka.
flavored
Someone
vodka.
hands you
Okay.
the Smirnoff
That
whipped
is a
cream vodka.
Very good distinction.
Yeah,
Okay.
because then you just be drinking straight vodka to the dome, and
And
then you
dead.
Yeah, then you're dead.
Done that before.
Which is why you get that
Yeah.
whipped cream vodka and the cake flavored vodka,
Then bake it.
and then just leave it out
Bless you.
and see where the night takes you.
Sneezies. I got the sneezies. Oh, still feeling it from last week. I think I got the cax pox
Ugh.
last week.
I felt like crap through most of last week, and then started
Yeah.
cleaning up over the weekend.
It went bad right before the weekend.
Yeah.
on me. So can't say I was surprised once it actually. I didn't even realize that I just had been feeling kind of shitty and haggard all week.
Yeah, yeah.
But then
Right
once I
off the
got like properly like, oh wait, I'm sitting here shivering in Jeff's car, even though he's blasting the heat. That's probably something.
You put the heat on?
That's probably I had to make Jeff put on the heat.
I did not put on the heat. I just turned it to the middle.
Fan?
But that's heat. That's hotter air. That is
Sure.
that is still conditioned air.
But it's I didn't have the air conditioning on.
No,
It's just a vent.
But it's coming.
Off the engine?
It's not like your car has
It's
a
coming off the
heater.
engine.
It's coming off the engine.
Yeah,
So,
but it's a mixture of cool and heated air.
well, it's different. Yeah, exactly. But it's still hotter than the all cold air that it was on before.
It was, yes.
So you did have to turn up the heat.
Heated compared to there.
Checkmate, you
But
fucker.
maybe it was cooled before.
You're saying maybe not hot air, but hotter air.
hotter air.
Hotter
I
air.
had to have him turn up the heat.
Okay.
The
He had to have me turn down the cold.
The heat was on.
Oh, physics.
It was on the streets.
Ooh,
I don't know the rest.
Side your head
Where's it go from
on
there?
every beat
Okay.
because the heat is on. Banana.
Okay.
Banana.
Ba-dun.
So I ended up spending a lot of the weekend shivering and having weird dreams and sleeping too much and sweating through sheets.
Gross.
So that was fun, but kind of got over it by Sunday. And back in fucking fighting shape. Let's do this. Vinny
Okay.
Caravella.
Hey.
Let's talk about video games. Go!
So
Yeah! Doing it! Podcasting!
I finished the Book of Unwritten Tales.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
I think that's
I imagine that'd be pretty quick
no.
because there's nothing in it.
This is unwritten.
It's the Book of Unwritten Tales.
Wouldn't that be the longest then?
No, you have to write it.
write the entire thing.
No, it's the Book of Unwritten Tales. You write anything, they're no longer unwritten tales.
That's right. That's why I finished
That's
that.
why the game's over.
That's why I finished the Book of Unwritten Tales. Now I'm on the Book of Written Tales.
Oh shit!
And now
So
it's-
after you finish
Which
that
is way
book-
longer.
Yeah. It's in copy edit.
That's the longest. That's the longest
They're
book.
taking out all my hyphens.
Well, that's because you just put hyphens in between every word.
Oh, I put them between no words. And then I say, you need hyphens, and serial commas, and other things. Capitalization. What? Who knew?
Grammar.
What?
Words. This is just a drawing of a dick on
I
this
did
page.
this
That
for-
wasn't even
Poetic intent.
chapter 1.
I'm like Hemingway, man.
A crude cartoon
E.
cock.
Cummings. He didn't capitalize the E's.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Cummings. That's fake.
Saying it's made up.
Yeah.
Whole
Stage
thing.
name. Pen name.
You do anything this weekend, Vinny?
Yeah, I finished Unwritten Tales. The book of.
How was that for you?
It's great. I actually think it's maybe one of the best adventure games in the last decade, but then I really don't remember a lot of other adventure games.
Is it better or worse than Zach McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders? Go.
Well, that's more than a decade.
I know. This is just my question.
No,
Oh, fair enough, fair enough.
I don't remember Zach well enough to make that kind of comparison right now.
Okay.
Like my memory of Zach,
Uh-huh.
I say it's better because I expected it to be crap,
Okay. Sure.
and it was actually really good.
Yeah. When we did that quick look, I thought, oh, this seems like it's very charming.
Yeah, well written.
Yeah.
It's slow, but then I expect that from an adventure.
It's an
game.
adventure game. Yeah.
So yeah, if you like adventure games, then this is definitely for you. And I qualify that, and I will qualify that to high heaven because you might not like adventure games and you will hate it.
Yeah.
If you don't like adventure games, don't come near this. But if you like an adventure game, Book of Unwritten Tales, pretty good.
I think we should just transcribe everything you just said there and put it up as a review.
That's right.
If you like adventure games, you'll like it. If you don't like adventure games,
I don't know what I'd
Fuck
score
off.
that then. 3 stars? Because you have to qualify it
no.
pretty heavily.
What do you think of it?
I think if you like adventure games, you really like it.
No, you're not think. I don't want you to
No.
think what you think I think
So if
I'm gonna like.
Yeah, but I'm not sure I like adventure games. I'm conflicted.
Did
I'm
you
of
think
two
it was
minds.
great? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's like kind of bad, or do you think it's a piece of shit?
I know.
I think it's
that's
poor.
That's a hard question. It's definitely not a piece of shit.
The 5 things you could possibly think about anything ever.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
My 5 buckets.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Okay, so it's definitely not a piece of shit.
no.
Is it kinda-
Is it kind of bad?
No.
Bad.
No.
Okay,
All right. Is it like it's okay?
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's like
Any point when you talked about your time with it, would you ever go like that?
Yeah.
Strictly when talking about your time with it, and your feelings on it, not recommending it to someone else.
Yeah. I would. There are times when I could say that.
All right. But then are there times where you're like giving it a thumbs up and going, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Are there times where you're going, fucking yeah, fuck, shit, this fucking game. God damn it.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
Like
oh,
the-
this is so awesome.
oh man,
You gotta fucking see this
holy
thing.
shit, you guys, this game.
Jesus, this guy is the fucking robot. He puts garbage in it.
blow your minds.
I'm not even going to tell you anything else. You need to see it for yourself.
But
Are you like that about it?
Not verbatim,
Uh-huh.
but on the adventure game level of that.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like, huh,
All right. So you'd give it a 4 then.
probably.
No,
Okay.
but he also
yeah.
said, but he also said 3, so he'd give it like a 7.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah, 4 and 3.
4
Okay,
3.
yeah, that's 7.
Because he said yes to both of those.
That's right. 3.5. Anyway.
Wait a minute.
No half stars.
God fucking damn it.
You can't. You split a star in half. You just have a mess.
I can't believe you gave that game a 70. You fucking dick. You
I
asshole.
gave it 70 stars.
No one gets bonuses.
Dick.
Only got a 70.
It's great. It is a great game. And
Wait.
it's a great game.
Is it a good game or is it a great game? Is it superb? Is it prime?
Well, here's my problem with even just your
Yeah.
qualification of the if you like adventure games, because
Yeah.
I like different adventure games for different things. There are certain games where it's like I enjoy the puzzle solving in this game.
Okay.
There's other games where it's like I'm just here for all the chuckles,
Yeah.
all the laughs. Or there's games where it's like, oh, I just love the atmosphere and the mood of this game.
So it's yeah. Okay. Fair
And then
enough,
there's
fair
Sam and
enough.
Max Hit the Road, which is the top.
Yeah, that's all.
That's it.
That's
all.
Yeah.
That's top of the
That's-
chart. There's
right.
nothing above it.
That's fair.
That
Car
game-
bomb.
That game is still perfect.
Stuckies.
Whack-a-mole.
Although I have to say, watching the intro to Full Throttle last week
Yeah.
kind of got forgot how much I really enjoyed that game.
I want to play this.
That's not my favorite.
It's not my
Full
favorite,
Throttle?
but
Yeah.
I still
Grim Fandango, probably one of my favorites.
I think I like Full Throttle, or I think at the time I liked Full Throttle more than Grim, just because of the pre-rendered. Like, I liked their advanced 2D technology better
More
than their
than the
crude
3D?
3D technology.
So I wonder if I would like those games more now. I was definitely not in an adventure game headspace when that stuff was coming out, and just both those did nothing for me at the time.
Yeah. Well, you like the Day of the Tentacle, right?
Love it.
Yeah. That's actually
One of the greatest games ever made.
That's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'd
Like,
say,
if you held me down and started threatening to burn parts of my body
yeah.
until I told you what my favorite
like
adventure game was,
Lit cigarette just slowly descending towards your eye.
you would probably get like one burn in as I had sat there and thought about Sam and Max versus Day of the Tentacle.
But then you'd quickly...
Then you'd hear the meat sizzling.
Yeah,
You go,
And then you would get the real answer, which I don't know what
don't know what it is.
until I'm put to that extreme. How could I know?
Right, all right, yeah.
all right, well, after the show.
All right, great. Why
find
after?
out.
What are we doing right now?
No, you can't have lit cigarettes in this building.
Are there like fire sensors in this room?
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Man.
Maybe we can get one of those e-cigs and not tell you.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
And then we'll go...
Yeah.
That's the salmon... Wait.
Well, you do that, and then I'll like pinch him on the back of the arm really hard.
I'm confused.
All right, thinking about this, Day of the Tentacle.
It's pretty good.
All right, that worked out.
This game
Theater of the mind. That's all we needed. We needed to put Jeff in the
took
situation.
me through some of the trauma.
Yeah, just thinking about it. That was enough.
This game is funny.
Uh-huh.
Consistently funny. Some good self-aware stuff in it that you can go like eye roll at, but then goes away quickly. But some of it's actually okay. And the gameplay, the puzzles are whatever. They're not like super like.
Would you put that in the pro or con category if you were reviewing
I was
this
gonna
game?
say, this is-
the puzzles are
so
whatever.
This is sounding more like a 3.
So that's the part where I'd put the qualifying if you like adventure
Right,
games,
yeah,
right? Because that's what you're going to be doing. So
yeah, that's the activity.
everything is floating on this layer of like, it's an adventure game. Go into a room, click on everything you can click on, collect everything you can collect, and then try and reassemble that and click on everything else, right?
Yeah.
And what are the trappings of that? It's funny. It's kind of pretty. You know, the graphics are pretty good. Voice acting is good to great. Varies from character to character.
Right.
And they divvy it up with the characters you play as in a way that makes it interesting. So you play as that Wilbur guy, which is the little gnome. You play as the elf lady, I think we saw a little bit of. And then you play as a human later on. And there are certain puzzles, and I thought this was interesting. Very few, maybe only like 1 or 2, possibly 3, where you have to make a choice of who you're going to play as. And you actually will complete the puzzle in a different way.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like Wilbur is more engineering focused,
Right.
so he'll be mechanical and do stuff. And the human's like strong, and he'll be able to.
It's like the Lost Vikings, but an adventure game.
So and it's actually
what did you do? So the quick look, we kind of got to a point where we had no idea how to get the map.
you had to pull some more levers.
Okay. All right. What about the slime?
I got it. I killed it.
Oh,
Destroyed it.
wow.
Yeah. Fuck that slime. He's dead.
Yeah,
And I got
now
the
you're
pot,
talking.
put it on my head.
Uh-huh.
And there's actually
Wait, what are you talking about?
nothing.
Put the pie on your head? A pot on
It
your
was a
head.
helmet.
Okay.
So I've never seen
Well,
this.
that makes sense. Not this pie on the
Never
head.
seen this before in an adventure game. You get loot eventually
Yeah.
that you wear, and you wear it for the rest of the game.
Huh.
I got armor
That's cool.
and a mage's robe. Yeah,
This doesn't sound like a friggin'...
it's not like you get
Adventure
like
game at all.
paper doll.
Yeah, it's
like
like
you're
stats or something.
yeah, but like your characters.
You change your clothes.
Your characters have a little adventure when they become people or different. They are different than when they started the adventure. They go on a hero's journey, if you will.
all this Mars stuff
Yeah,
got me thinking really hard about Zach McCracken
there are
Zack McCracken and the Spiders of Mars.
and the alien mindbenders, in which they go to Mars in a converted VW minibus.
what?
Uh-huh.
And there's a face and a tram and all sorts of stuff up there, including Martians.
See, like Zach.
Martians on Mars.
Got to go to the phone company.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that as being an awesome game.
I don't think I thought it was funny.
There's the follow-up to Maniac Mansion. How could it be bad?
That's enough.
I think at the time that probably was enough.
Yeah.
And you traveled the world and all this fucking crazy shit. Like, there's just so much grander in scope than Maniac Mansion. I mean,
that was just a mansion.
Yeah, that was just a mansion and a little bit outside of the mansion. It's like, put the meteor in the trunk of the car. Yeah, the music's really the best part going for it. No, whatever. Maniac Mansion, I think, is, in retrospect, a better game. But
Can we get the cigarettes back out again?
no, god damn it.
No, you're right.
But I remember
Do
really
it to her!
really liking Zach McCracken quite a lot.
I don't think I ever played through the whole thing. I should go back and play it. And then they turned it into like something else, right? Isn't there more than Zach McCracken, or is that it?
Well, I think you end up playing as multiple characters.
Oh, okay.
You know, you have different people in different parts of the world doing different stuff. But yeah, yeah, you partner up with some college girls and go to Mars. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Going to Mars.
New Zach McCracken doesn't go to Mars. They're following the short story along Mars.
Right.
Still has the girl with the 3 boobs.
Well, you got to have that.
Yeah, everybody.
If you're going to stay
Zach McCracken.
true to, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Fans
in,
would be,
in the new movie, do they not go to Mars? In the new
No.
Total Recall, do they
No.
not go to Mars?
No, I told you this already. We had this conversation.
No, there's no
They
getting your ass.
They don't go to fucking Mars at all.
Where do they go?
They don't. They stay there.
Where?
They stay on Earth.
What?
Yeah, it's the whole movie is them on Earth. They completely changed it.
Well,
And I hear it's fucking not very good.
that's the
Surprise.
original Philip K. Dick, right? They don't go to Mars.
No, they do go to Mars in the original Philip K. Dick.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I take back everything I said. Because I thought that all the commercials and stuff, that looks okay. It looks like some generic sci-fi
Yeah.
and stuff. But that's, I could use a little bit of that right now.
But they don't even go to Mars.
But if they don't even go to Mars.
No.
You just might as well watch Total Recall again, the original.
It's not a popular opinion, but I'm going to express it nonetheless. Total Recall is not a great movie.
No,
It's all right.
It's fantastic.
It's all right.
It's fantastic. It's transcendental.
but I love it in the same
Action
way.
movies of that era, Schwarzenegger or otherwise. Total Recall it's no Commando.
See, I feel like this is where I got into trouble last time. I agree with you. It's not a great movie, but I love watching it in the same way I think Judge Dredd is not a great movie. And
I get genuine, unironic pleasure out of watching Total Recall. All I get out of Judge Dredd is everyone saying law a bunch.
Yeah, yeah.
and also
Armand Desante
yeah.
saying, "I must be a judge." Like doing his Sylvester Stallone impression because he's supposed to be his brother. I must be a judge. Just exactly how he says it. My impression is uncanny.
And it is a
100% accurate.
but I also
it is a slanderous indictment of Sylvester Stallone at the same time. That is Jeff Gerstmann's Armand Desante's.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, see
Sylvester
me and
Stallone.
Frank Caliendo in a showdown of impressionists.
Come on down to
Coming
your
to-
local Indian casino.
Yeah, we're down here, the Mohegan Sun,
And
Thursday.
I don't want to get into this because
just dark road.
there's no winning here.
no Time Cop.
I have no opinion about Time Cop.
Same here. No interest in most of the
Just
Van Damme
bounces
catalog.
right
Just
off.
not.
Time Cop. What? Nothing.
Yeah, I don't. I have. It sounds fantastic.
My
like,
favorite part of Time Cop is Heat Vision and Jack.
Yeah. Rod Silver.
It's the only thing that the Time Cop has done for us as a people.
I tend to agree.
How about? Oh, we talked about this and everybody shit on me. The Stallone, Wesley Snipes.
Demolition Man?
Yeah.
That's just a great movie.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Demolition Man.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's another one of the ones I love it. It's a movie.
That is a crap movie.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's kind of a crap
okay.
movie.
It's a crap movie, but it's fantastic.
I will watch any movie that takes place in the future where they do dumb shit with things that are happening today.
So Fifth Element.
Like where everything is Taco Bell in that.
Yeah.
Back to the Future 2.
No, when they do they're winking like
yeah, they're
like
win-
this is what things in the future going to be
Yeah.
like extrapolated from today.
Yeah.
And then you get to watch it all really happen. And go,
Oh no.
There was someone, I wish I could say who it was, but I don't remember. There was someone on the Twitter where people come up with jokes and they crack them. Sometimes people crack wise on Twitter.
Hashtag Kraken Wise.
Saying that all this, follow hashtag #KrakenWise. Any joke that's on Twitter will show up there.
I'm just gonna start using that for everything now.
Good short hashtag.
Kraken Wise.
KrakenWise. What's up next? Bustin' Chifferobe.
But not cracking wise.
No, Kraken
Kraken
Wise.
wise.
Cracking Wise is something completely different. You don't fucking want to fuck with Cracking Wise.
So what did they say? What'd they crack?
All this Chick-fil-A fucking bullshit is how we get to the franchise wars and how Demolition Man happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Awesome. Maybe there will be some good to come from all
There's
this.
some dudes
Bring
just
it
gonna
on.
knock over a Chick-fil-A truck and then run underground.
Yeah.
Dennis Leary? What?
Yeah.
That's right?
In a role
I
that
didn't
will
dream
surprise
that.
you.
Okay, that's real.
Yeah, that was that part. That's how you knew it was the mid-90s.
Yep.
Oh, Dennis Leary's in this for no good reason.
No,
We want him to do one of his patented Dennis Leary rants.
do it.
And he did it.
And then that's it.
And you're like, okay, and then he's out of the movie. I think that's his last scene.
There was a very brief period of time, meaning about 4 days there, that I was going to end up like being a video game Dennis Leary for a CD-ROM magazine.
What?
You're gonna rant.
You just gonna put out a tape of you ranting?
No, it was going to like be distributed with this CD-ROM magazine.
That's with a
It
tape.
was like, we're going to have to get a leather jacket. And
No. Like they.
like I said, about 4 days.
like they were gonna do like the black and white loading dock,
Yeah.
like the whole thing.
Wait, was it actually talked about?
Me
like
and Glenn
Dennis,
may have gone to Lucchese Park bathrooms to try and shoot one.
like Dennis
looked
Leary
tough.
was talked about, like actual Dennis Leary. Wow.
Like we want to make it like those Dennis Leary shorts on MTV.
Yeah.
Did
Like
you guys
the,
ever?
like the bumpers?
Do you ever own a Dennis Leary tape?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first one.
The first one.
That's fine.
It's good.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's got some material on it.
You go back and listen to it now, you're just kind of like, fuck, man.
a lot
Yeah.
of
Jesus.
climbing.
But a lot of that stuff.
Sure.
Like I thought that Dennis Miller album, the Off-White album, really good.
I'm not familiar with it.
It was really funny at the
Any
time.
Dennis Miller?
You go back and listen to it now, it's, well, it maybe foreshadows some of later Dennis Miller. All that
you know, I
Sam Kinison tapes. Go back and listen to some of that now. Oof.
No, any of the comedy tapes, any of the like the stand-up
It's like
tapes
a beer butch.
that I had then, I would not want to revisit. I don't think it would stand up.
How about the sketch tapes? Like, you know, like Adam Sandler style tapes.
Oh yeah, I bet that first Adam Sandler CD, as much as I loved it in high school.
You have to approach it with the right frame of mind as like,
Sure.
this obviously is old. It is not
Yeah.
cutting edge. And also, it's a lot easier to take that album and listen to it, given everything that he did after that.
Just as sort
And
of
how,
as the,
and
the
how
context.
shitty that was. The second album, actually, not too bad.
Some Jerky Boys tapes.
There's never any Jerky
I have a
Boys
couple
tapes.
of Jerky Boys CDs.
Oh, okay.
They're bad. They always were. I got into that kind of late. I was like, oh, well, everyone's talking about these Jerky Boys. They're putting a movie out. I guess I should see them. I
they
bet
put a
you
movie
being in
out?
New York, you probably got that a lot
We-
earlier than we did.
Yeah, we had the Jerky Boys. I think we had it on cassette. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Or we just broke.
Right. Also,
Just want those
y'all
fold-out
just broke.
liner notes.
Buying cassette tapes.
Love a cassette tape.
You want prank calls?
Yeah.
Longmont Potion Castle.
It's
What?
fucking. It's the best. It's the best.
It's fucking
the
best.
It's the best.
Is it
We got
vintage?
arrested together.
What?
It's so good. Longmont Potion Castle. Longmont.
Is it?
Longmont Potion Castle.
something one could
LPC
type in?
9 just came out earlier
It's
this
fucking
year.
amazing.
Wait, is it still going?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You guys been doing it for like what 20 years or something?
Something like that.
Really? Still pranking?
It's this
Yeah.
dude.
And it's just, but it's like surrealist. Like it's not like the usual.
He doesn't.
Gotcha.
He's not like playing characters.
Yeah, he's not like the Chinese delivery guy.
Wow, I
It's-
love that one.
It's not racially
At
based.
no
or
point does he
anything.
call anyone sizzle chest.
How
Like
is it
he's
even
not.
prank?
The best part is that he's like really not trying to like go
with
to them,
anybody?
but people are just so ready to fucking lose it. People are. This is what I've learned from listening to the Longmont Potion Castle tapes with Jeff, is that people are ready to just fucking lose their minds on someone and shit down their throats at a moment's notice. People just have
Especially if you're calling them at work.
so much inside of them that they're ready to dump out onto you over the phone. It's incredible. They just all they need is a nudge, and that's all this guy provides.
Like the internet.
And it'll just be some
Yeah.
ridiculous thing of like, hey, this is Chad from UPS. I've got like 100 bowling balls I need to get delivered. I need someone to sign for these.
And he always says he needs money.
Yeah.
So I need a certified delivery. Need a check for $184.
And it's just like super defensive.
And they just go like, I didn't order that. I don't know
like,
what
well,
that is.
it's like,
Like, well, you did.
I've got this.
I got this,
order sheet right here, and they just fucking
And then they'll. Well, I mean, we're sitting here explaining
Yeah.
these jokes, but
Yeah.
Break it down.
But they'll say
us
stuff
just-
like, "Well, wait a minute, who is this made out to?" Trying to get him to say their name, and he just says, "You," and they just get fucking more pissed.
Longmont.
Potion Castle.
All right.
Happy to plug it. That's good crank calling right there.
Is that on iTunes?
No,
No.
How do you get
I had
that?
to order it from PayPal through some fucking indie metal label or hardcore label.
Oh yeah, the
or
guy is
something.
also like a thrash metal musician.
So, like,
There's like a couple of tracks of just like him shredding on guitar in there. Apparently knows the South Park guys.
oh, wow. Huh.
I don't know.
It's like on Etsy?
Yeah.
It's on Etsy Metal?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Look for it.
Bandcamp.
All right. That's a second Bandcamp reference today.
Boom. 2 Bandcamp
Bam.
references one day.
Unloading all these Bandcamp references.
Dumping 'em. You know, it's because they're not going to be fresh after tomorrow. So
No.
just got to
You
get
got
them
some
out there.
Inside Bandcamp news.
Yeah, just look out. Mars Rover. Think about it. Bandcamp.
Curiosity indeed.
Yes. Curiosity, the Sony.
Is it bad that
music
that I thought of that?
Yeah.
Like
It
every
is
time
bad.
they said Curiosity,
That's super bad.
I was like, man, fucking branding works
That's
and
really-
sucks.
that's really bad.
Because every time they said Curiosity, I'm like, oh, that like that fucking stupid Curiosity.
But every time you say that, I think of Q Sound. Is it the Q Sound from the Capcom
Yep.
cabinets?
Yeah.
So that's going even back further branding.
Yeah, that's I don't even.
and then
Yeah.
And then you think about that, then you think about winners don't use drugs.
that's well, I didn't think about them. Now I am,
I inceptioned that into your mind.
and now I'm just back to like Time Cop.
Yep.
You were the bad guy in Time Cop.
It comes back full circle. Kuna Matata. Vinny Caravella.
Driver San Francisco.
You're not still.
I bought it.
What? Dude, you just finished it.
Eric Pope said it was like $1.
Didn't you just finish
And
it?
he was like, it's $1. You should just buy it. And I said, you're right. I just hit buy, and then they'll send me like
They
the
send you
next
the
game.
case in the mail.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they'll send me the next game on my list. It's probably like I don't know,
Something else real good.
Maximo. I don't know.
Do you know what's next on your list?
That's-
Do you know what's next on your
yeah,
game flag?
I do.
What is
Homefront.
it? Your history's greatest monster.
Do you want to run through that little grading exercise again? Would you say it's terrible? I don't know. No, I haven't played it yet. We'll see.
I'd find out soon enough.
Well, yeah.
We'll check back in next week, I guess.
Gotta dip my toe in it. Yeah. So no, I didn't finish. I did not finish Driver.
But now you don't have to.
But now I'm cruising. I'm cruising through the story missions. But I guess you still have to kind of like check off a couple of side things
Yeah.
before each one. So I'm trying. I'm mainlining it. I think I'm pretty far. I think I'm almost there.
Yeah.
And that's it. Book of Wonder. Solid.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I kind of.
Anything else going on, man?
I bought a bunch of bathroom cleaning supplies.
Okay.
I thought they'd sell a kit. That's just like
Like, here's all the things you need to clean your bathroom.
totally, absolutely. I thought they could just buy that
No.
and be like, I don't know.
I bet one of those exists, but you probably wouldn't want it.
It's probably you add to it. You know, you get
Yeah, it's
little
probably
good things.
terrible. You're
Yeah.
probably like, I could just get a better toilet brush. I could just get a better.
I know this is just like
Like,
this
just
is,
the chemicals.
this is like deep clean. This is like every time I clean the bathroom, I'm always like, you know, there's so many different cleaners out there, and there's brushes to get under the faucet sometimes, and weird stuff in the bathroom, all sorts of stuff grows. Wish somebody just here's a kit, everything that's in it, use it all, and your bathroom will be fine. It'll actually almost be kind of fun to clean. No. So I wound up buying a couple of different brushes.
Yeah.
You're going to put it together yourself. You're going to have your own bathroom bug out bag.
I'm bugging out to the bathroom. It involves my
You're
iPad.
bugging out in the bathroom. You're like, it's not clean enough.
It involves my iPad. Bugging out.
That's not good.
So yeah, and I bought some of that because my
Like
bathroom.
what? Like you get some scrubbing bubbles?
No,
you
Industrial.
gotta have
did
scrubbing
you go
bubbles.
industrial grade?
no. I actually went the other way around. Like Simple Green and like
Okay,
stuff that's
yeah.
non-toxic.
Yeah.
I tried to go for.
Well, yeah, you just pour all that stuff down the toilet, and that for all the good it'll do you.
Yeah, might as well
But it
just-
will be
Yeah.
it'll be good for the environment when you do so.
Yeah, it'll make the plants grow.
Yeah.
That's what they create.
It'll smell nice or awful, depending on your opinion of Simple Green.
Simple Green, I like it. People seem to like it too. I think that's a quality product.
Man, you know what though?
But
This probably doesn't fit with your non-toxic
yeah,
ideas though. But last time bathrooms had to be cleaned around my place.
Yeah.
Because I was going to stab somebody. My roommate went out and he bought a bunch of Zepp cleaning products.
What's
There's like
that?
Zepp is a company, they do industrial grade stuff. Like my parents,
Oh, wow.
my parents' tire shop, they got Zepp hand wash and shit.
Okay.
You know, stuff like you're working on cars. Here's this stuff.
not like
We sell it
Gojo.
to you in big things. Yeah, sort of like Gojo.
Okay.
Sort
You
of like,
need some Gojo. You need some lava.
I
yeah.
like Gojo.
Gojo's good stuff.
and it was just this thick blue paste and thick blue liquid, and it The bathroom was a war zone. Not my bathroom. I kept my bathroom in reasonable working order.
That hall bathroom was fucked up.
The hall bathroom was like...
It was fucked up.
It was...
it was real fucked up.
Yeah.
As one of the most fucked up bathrooms I've seen.
Totally, yeah. Totally.
Like in a way that I've never seen a bathroom fucked up.
It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable how insane...
So I'm going to out him. Jeff, if we haven't talked about this before, Jeff's roommate fake tans, spray tans, professionally.
I don't know how much of that he's doing. Well, whatever. He got in that car wreck and all that other stuff. But
this was at the peak of that.
Yes. Yep.
And so is
when this
residue?
was at its worst. So yeah, the spray tan
Bronzer.
stuff, it gets all over you, and then I guess it also gets all over fucking everything. Because it was just like the walls of this bathroom.
Every surface.
Like everything
was this color.
Was bronze.
It wasn't like an outline of him.
No. Yeah, I know. No. It was everything. Just the bathtub shower combo.
So I don't know if he was like touching up in the bathroom or whatever, but just
touching something in the bathroom.
But like
so
the tub, the walls of the stall, the sink, the floor, the wall, everything.
Yeah, there's that. There's like hair products being used in there that were also coloring the entire place. It was just basically.
And then there's also like you bring towels into the bathroom, so then you get like a little bit of the just little particles, little pieces of towel, little fluff, that layer of fluff that'll appear and stick to everything.
All right.
And just I'm relatively busy, so I didn't pay super close attention to it until it got super bad. And it's like, well, I'm not going to clean it because it's not my problem. I'm going to keep hammering this dude until he cleans it, and he just never did for a good long time. And finally, I was like, look, motherfucker. Anyway.
So did that stuff work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow,
like,
really?
Cut through that shit.
Oh, no,
it was shit that I just thought was like this. I need to permanently seal this room.
Yeah,
and it actually cut through all that stuff like relatively easily.
Highly toxic.
Mine's
wildly. Jeff can never have
I don't know
children.
for sure. I don't know. I assume it must be for what it did to that bathroom.
For the other chemicals that it was fighting and winning.
Right. Look, anything that good has to be bad for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's gotta just
Right.
it curls up the tails on every single sperm, just all the way up. Just
swimming in circles.
yeah, not even.
Just dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of going the other way on that. Which, right? It kind of makes you worry because you're like, is this stuff even worth it now? But, did some research. People said, okay.
Sure.
I think it becomes a matter of like how much elbow grease are you willing to put in to cut through this dirt. Well, whatever. I'm sure your bathroom is also not as bad as
But also
fucking hellhole.
Every single like professional housekeeper I've ever known has their own setup. They're like, everyone swears by like, no, I use this, and this, and fucking I use it at every single house, and it works awesome all the time.
Just Tarnex on everything.
And everyone's got their own set. Everyone has their own like 3 or 4 things.
And I don't. And that's what I wanted to buy.
So you're trying to figure out what your 3 or 4 things are.
I wanted like the little blue caddy with like the brushes and bottles in it, and be like, this is for the sink, this is for the shower, this is for the floor, this is for like the sliding part of the doors on the shower, that little metal groove that collects the world's grossest shit in it. Like, use this to clean that. Oh, there's a tool for that. Great. Because my problem with cleaning that stuff is you wipe it with like a paper towel or a sponge or something. Now it's all just on there.
All right.
And where's that go?
Wash down the sink. Hope for the best.
But then your sink gets clogged up because all that crap collects in
Then
there.
unclog your sink.
And then you got to use a snake, and then I don't like the process.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So
I can't wait till you buy a house.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, because
then it is all your fucking problem.
Because then that problem extends to everything.
Yeah,
I got 2 holes in my wall that I just haven't fixed. One from a door stopper that wasn't working, and a door opened into it.
Oh,
and I tell you, one I put my foot. I put my foot through the wall.
Just anger?
No.
Oh.
No. Just an accident.
Like underneath the desk.
Underneath the desk.
Oh,
like where I was using it to like push away from the wall or something like that. And one day it was like the day we got back from PAX. I was exhausted.
Need some stacking.
I was pissed off about something, and I wasn't pushing hard. I was like pushing away right through. Like, yeah, perfect. My foot's in the fucking wall.
But at least the good part about that is if you own the house, you can get to it when you want and not have to worry about some deposit.
That kind of piles up. It turns out
exactly. Then all of a sudden you've got like
I'll deal with that later. You'd never deal with it.
It's fucking nuts.
Since the accountability's gone.
Yeah, because it's like.
And now that there's a hole down where my feet are, I'm constantly worried that scorpions are going to crawl out of the wall and sting me in the feet.
I wouldn't worry about scorpions.
There's your
Well, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't worry about scorpions, but there you go.
We can do 2 things here.
All right.
We can refocus your worry onto something else more reasonable, like rats
Okay.
or spiders,
All right.
which I'm sure underneath your house is just a teeming colony of both.
It's spider rats at this point. The spiders are fucking the rats and
Yeah.
vice versa. And
What
it's
if
just,
it's
there's a whole.
that little troll thing from Cat's Eye?
Could be that too.
He's gonna come
He's
steal you.
leading all of the
my
spider rats.
very brief rodent problem has been dealt with for a good long time, and I'm hoping when the rain starts up again, it will not start up again.
Okay, then we strike option 1. Option 2
Yeah.
is we introduce scorpions into your house and validate the fear.
Say yeah.
So yeah, you should be scared because there's fucking scorpions under your house now.
Fuck that.
And he's
Well-
gonna, get over here. Foot.
Ah, my feet.
Oh.
No.
These are the only solutions that I know of to these problems. So
Spackle
you guys are the better. Give us a call.
and some
We start taking calls.
the
Yeah,
the webbing.
straight out.
1550 357 1550 415.
I want a bathroom.
It's
with
too
with a
complicated.
drain on the floor, and then I just want to close the door, and I want steam and water jets to just melt everything and drain it down on the floor.
There's a bathroom in an apartment in Japan I was in that
Yeah.
was not too far off from that,
See?
where
They
once you
know.
walked in, like everything in there was the shower stall, basically.
Oh yeah, and you just shower in the middle of the
And the sink was there, and
Yeah.
just everything was all right.
water goes on the floor and out
Yeah.
into the world.
Shit, shower, and shave.
Yep, just shit right in that drain. Squat.
Smash it down with your foot.
Who's next on the phone line?
Hey, what's up? Mr. Tobias calling for the Scorpions.
All right, Tobias, you want to hear the scorpions?
Yeah, Scorpions. Rock me like a hurricane, baby. Do it for all the guys down here at Ted's Auto.
All right, Tobias, Ted's Auto. Thanks for giving us a call. Who's the station you love? Classic rock gets you the most every day.
KC.
Brought to you by Zep.
Zep,
Zep,
please.
like Zeppo.
I'm going to get the lead out. Brought to you by Zep. Think about it. No, just one P.
I won.
See, I would have thought 2 Ps.
Yeah, I would have thought
I'm glad we clarified. We're just getting all sorts of good brand recommendations. Not at all video game related
Yeah.
brand recommendations.
I really like things that clean. Like, I like the restoration process.
Yeah, I do too. I just hate doing it.
Yeah.
Like if I could,
I like the fact that you can do it, and I usually get as far as like, oh yeah, I think I could do this,
and then don't,
and then I
yeah,
stop.
Totally. Yeah.
Like, oh, I got far enough to prove to myself
I
this
think
could be done.
My favorite thing is is not just cleaning supplies, but like non-traditional uses, like using other things as cleaning supplies. Like, well, traditionally, like
Yeah,
the
like
main
you
use for this product is not to clean whatever it is that you're going to clean,
Yeah.
but if you use it this way, you can totally do that.
like
I love
using
that.
lemon juice to clean a wall or
Lemon
something.
juice and toothbrush.
Yeah.
Meth clean your whole bathroom.
I like to use, do you ever like toothpaste up a scratch CD?
I've tried, but I haven't had the best of luck with
It's
that.
because you use toothpaste with grit in it.
Maybe
doesn't-
that's possible.
That's not good for it. That's the exact opposite of what
Yeah.
you want to do.
I don't know if that's why, but yeah, I've used toothpaste to spackle before I moved out.
Did you really? Did you really?
It's white.
Did you really?
Looks fine. Yeah.
Did you really?
Let's cover up those pinholes.
Would that actually like for a
for a walkthrough?
for a little quick fix?
Sure, why not? It smells great.
I'm asking if you really did that. I'm not sure. I'm not getting the read on you.
I may have.
I mean, I'm not trying to bust you. I don't
Yeah.
want to pull off my face and reveal to be your old landlord. I fucking do it, Caravella.
Oh shit! I owe you $17.50.
You're never getting that cleaning deposit back.
First and last. Fuck.
God damn it.
I hate deposits.
State of New York.
Carry deposits.
I'm glad I bought a house immediately after the last place that I was renting because the karma that was accumulated in the move out process at that place was such that
you kind of earned your bathroom.
I guess so. Yeah,
You're saying
totally.
a roll of toothpaste wasn't going to help you there?
No,
No. The compound was left
I'm sure I must have told
poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I must have told
But
that
didn't you say it
story
was going
on
to get
this
torn down?
podcast.
Wasn't that house going to get
That
torn
was
down?
supposed to get torn down, but
It's
there are
still
people
there.
living there.
behind the goddamn, what is it, the Lowe's?
Yeah, it's a Lowe's.
But it was a lot when you were living there? It was
Yeah, it was an empty lot that they were eventually going to build a Lowe's on, and
Which they
the
did.
theory was that they were going to tear down these houses back here.
Right.
But they did both.
Well, that's because there was also, like, that was supposed to be the start of, like, a bigger housing development that
Right,
kind of
yeah.
never took off. So
Yeah.
there's, like, 4 rows of houses
Have you been
up
there?
there.
I've driven up the dirt road to the place. a couple of times. Just acted like, oh, this is not the place we're supposed to go. You couldn't really tell from the outside what had been done, but I did see that they had a dog, and I felt really bad because of all. I mean, this just like broken glass emanating from that place, just 50 yards in any direction of just busted beer bottles and windows and
just hidden in the dirt.
Yeah, just like all the golf balls that got stolen and driven into the fields and stuff. It was great living in the middle of nowhere because it just got full on Fight Club at night.
Yeah,
and that was pretty great. But when we were moving out, we took so there were college girls that lived there before, and they all left their stuff there. 4 college girls. As I was moving in, they were,
like
slowly starting to graduate.
Or like
left it.
Left
it.
Like couches,
couches,
full of
busted
shit.
TVs. The garage was just full of papers and like college papers and stuff and all this sort of stuff. So when it came time to actually move out and try to get the deposit back, we just stuffed everything in the crawl space under the house and then glued the crawl space shut.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Like glued it?
Like nailed, glued, like no one was getting in there unless they really wanted to see what was under the house.
Do you think the guy just wouldn't go through the effort? Like he knew the crawl space.
I don't think anyone
there,
would think. Well, it was a property management company, so it wasn't like a guy.
Okay.
It was a larger company where they would just go and do the walkthrough.
Oh,
and be
this
like,
must have always been sealed.
Yeah,
we got our full deposit.
Nice.
That's fraudulent. That's straight up fraud.
Well, how much?
There was a hole in the wall that was left. It was like it was like less than a foot off the ground, but the hole was created by someone's head because they passed out in just the right angle to just teeter over and boom, head first into the wall.
And then weren't there like a lot of mismatched doors?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Were there doors?
Certainly didn't break into any of the abandoned houses in the area and take doors out of there to replace the doors we busted. Were you there when we busted Jack's door?
Yeah.
Jack locked himself out of his room, and we decided the only way to get in was to like someone hold the doorknob really tightly, and then like 6 dudes line up behind him, and everyone push it once. It was the dumbest fucking shit.
Did it break the molding?
Oh yeah, the door. Like
the whole thing
door
up.
just we punched the lock through it, and
that door was fucked. And you can't just take another door.
No, you cannot. We learned that the hard way.
You mean they're different sizes?
Yeah. Well, they all hang specifically. They're cut for that space.
Well, sometimes there's standard doors.
Someone's peeking in.
He's like, fucking door.
Guys trying to get in.
I know you guys.
Yeah, we're talking about busting these doors here.
Yeah.
So I think in order to have gotten everything into the crawl space, that's a fair amount of work, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But less than actually properly disposing of it.
Yeah.
Well, if that crawl space were a dumpster, it would have been okay.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
even like a couch. Couches were getting left in the houses across the dirt road and the abandoned houses on the other side. So
it's classy, generally speaking.
Sounds like a good area.
Anyway, yeah. Thinking back on that, I say that your awful spray tan bathroom.
So
this is what I get for that.
So that bathroom wound up coming together. It's into a way that you're like, this is a nice looking bathroom.
Once it was done, it looked fan-fucking-tastic.
Wow.
For about a week, and I'm sure it's just now back on its descent to madness.
That's great.
It was acceptable.
I like that.
It didn't look like, oh man, I'm never going to be able to get insurance on this house again because it's molded. It didn't look like that anymore.
You think there was mold in there?
No. It was just, you couldn't tell. It's just like, these walls are so bad, who knows what it is. I don't want to stand in here and breathe, that's for sure.
You want to talk about video games?
Yes.
You want to talk about Iron Brigade for the PC?
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Iron Brigade's coming to the PC. It got announced
How's that?
Monday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And it's coming out next week.
Yeah.
Wow. Weird.
I mean, Microsoft published it, so.
Games from Windows Live.
Yeah.
Which is how I discovered its existence. Was seeing achievements for it come through with Double Fine employees tags on them. And I was like, oh, those guys are playing it.
We should get some
We
of those.
should get some of those.
Is it going to come through Steam?
Yeah.
Or okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great.
Yeah.
And it's like been this like weird open secret, I guess, because it's been in the Steam files or whatever. Like people can dig through like catalog IDs on Steam and figure out game names. It's been listed in there forever.
Do you know if it'll? Can you play against 360? No. It'll be separate.
It's separate.
I wonder if they'll fix that at some point. Like for if Windows 8 or something has real integration with whatever their system's going to be.
I don't think they will. Because on the Well, I just think that the certification process and the way patches go through on the two platforms, they probably go through at different speeds, and keeping the two versions in sync ends up being a hassle. So
you end up holding back one
you do end up
platform.
holding back one patch because you're waiting for the other one to clear, or you patch it and break it, and then everyone's scred. And it's just
especially
too much to
and in a
juggle.
case like this where you've got your release dates so far apart,
yeah.
you know, there's just different audiences at this point. I just played the first couple of missions of Iron Brigade for PC, and it seems fine.
Running in 1080 looks fine.
Yeah.
It's going to come with the Martian Bear DLC, like $15 or something. So.
Whatever happened to Trenched?
I don't know. The game just fell off the face of the earth.
But I mean, like, did that ever come out? Is there a board game out there named Trenched?
I think it already
or whatever?
existed, but it was in Norway or something. It was like,
I thought it was Portugal.
Got a collector's item
Same
somewhere.
thing.
Yes, Norway and Portugal.
I'm
Same place.
part Portuguese. I can say that.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not racist.
Yeah, that makes it okay.
So you played some?
Yeah.
Okay.
Played it with a mouse and keyboard.
What?
Yeah.
I played it with a controller. I ain't crazy.
You know what? Probably a better idea.
Yeah.
How did you salute?
Because you can analog salute.
Yeah.
So we asked, you already knew that, but I only played with the controller. So I asked one Brad Muir on Twitter.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Yeah.
And it's the mice buttons.
But they're
on
not
the mouse.
analog then, right?
They're not analog. So you need to plug in a controller if you want analog saluting.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why are you
Well, a
crazy?
360 controller.
I wanted to see what the
How it done?
what happened to the Iron Brigade action when played with a mouse and keyboard. And it's fine.
Anything special about it aside from coming with the Martian Bear stuff, like weapons or?
I don't think so.
It seemed like exactly the same game.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is fine. I liked Iron Brigade.
Yeah.
Higher resolution.
Yeah.
I thought it looked pretty nice. Yeah, you're running in 1080. I thought it looked good.
I think that that some of the enemy design stuff reads better at the higher resolution. Doesn't just seem quite as much like just this kind of glowy mess.
Yeah.
I feel like you can see a little more of the definition of the monovision creations.
Yeah.
But then there's also some kind of background stuff that would have been like kind of hazy and you wouldn't have even really seen before that stands out more. That's kind of lower polygon quality and lower textures and just lower.
Grimy.
It's just lower. It just looks lower.
Costume Quest is on there too.
Yeah, it's been there for a while. Getting stacked.
And stack, right? Stacking.
Stacked is that poker game.
I guess it's not weird. Yeah, because it makes sense. See,
Yeah, no, Double
I was
Fine-
thrown
Well, the
for a
difference with
second.
this one is that Microsoft owns the IP and stuff, so it's kind of
Their whole
shebang.
shebang.
It's on them.
If you didn't play it before, this will be a way to play it.
This
And now-
is a way to play Trenched.
Does that come up now? At least they add another game to the Double Fine pack next year for a holiday
Right.
sale.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
a Steam sale. 4 games.
Boom. And you're like, oh shit.
I should maybe buy that whole.
A couple of people on Twitter were threatening to mod it to say Trenched instead of Iron Brigade when it comes out, which would be pretty rad. Mods.
What is?
I also played a little bit of
Let's see.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD.
Yeah,
The HD collection.
it is.
I hate it.
Really?
I hate it.
Really?
I hate
some
it.
anger.
It really bothers me.
Why? What bothers you about it?
Yeah, what's getting under your skin so bad?
I find that the things that the Unreal Engine does and their use of physics do to the overall feel of that gameplay just feels very untrue to me.
I thought the feel of it was fine. The one thing that I realized,
I noticed that when I hit walls,
yeah,
instead of just like kind of like bouncing to the left or right, I was consistently like ragdolling and then flying into space. Did you not experience
I
this?
flew into space a couple of times.
Constantly. For me, like on that first warehouse level, literally dozens of times.
Weird.
Just bouncing into fucking space.
That's awesome.
It was terrible.
What?
It was infuriating.
You flew to space.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Why not?
I wanted to skate.
Skate in space.
No, it was no good. I didn't. Yeah, it really didn't do it for me. And just all the little changes. It felt unnecessary. And even things like objective changes bothered me. Like there's no reason to. There used to be a objective to like grind or tag the golf cart in school too, right? Is that not a thing? Because I feel like that was a thing.
I don't think so. Might have been one if they reissued that level and came up with new goals for it at some point in a later game. Maybe they did it there,
Maybe
but
that was in 2X.
I don't
3X.
think that's one of them.
Okay. Well, maybe that's on me. Maybe they didn't change objectives.
Yeah.
But
You still got to kickflip TC's roof gap.
I did kickflip TC's roof gap. I remembered how to do a boneless. Yeah, I don't know. The thing with the physics really bothered me and it really kind of took me out.
There was an article. It's an older article, I think, that may have run on Gamasutra that kind of came up with people talking about rhythm games and LCD TVs and just kind of the
latency.
Yeah, the latency has made it so that the Parappa style rhythm game of just instantaneous input to action is not necessarily possible anymore because of just the latency inherent in TVs and that the consoles themselves have become a little more latent on the input. And that got me thinking that maybe there's something to that with Tony Hawk as well, because that is such a timing-based game in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
or such a responsive game in its early incarnations. I wonder if maybe it's because it felt a little mushy to me.
I found it really tough in the early going. Yes, like the turns felt a little soft. I felt like I was rotating correctly and not
landing it,
not hitting my landings. But also, part of this is maybe just the early game thing. I just have to get through it. I only finished like the first two. I finished everything in Warehouse and finished.
Once you get all the stats leveled up, like it starts to feel more and more like the Tony Hawk you remember.
And I'm definitely getting better at that stuff. But still, like I had to really just pull back on how many tricks I was trying to do in like a single vert.
Right. Well, that's a stat thing. And that happens every time you go back to Tony Hawk after any sort of absence, whether it was them releasing the next game in the series or whatever it is, you always go in assuming you can do everything you can do as a fully leveled skater because that's how you last played.
Right.
And you turn too far or not far enough, and you just you try to do two kick tricks and then a grab, and you can't, and then you bail and go, fuck, this sucks. Yeah. They shouldn't. In retrospect, they should have eliminated stats completely from that game.
So in the warehouse level, in the first level, like one of the objectives is grind all of the short quarter pipes.
Yep.
And in doing that, it kept not registering because I was jumping off instead of letting it grind out to the end. And then when I was jumping off, that's when I was hitting the wall and then ragdolling like crazy.
Weird.
Like I'd grind and then I'd be like, okay, I'm just going to jump out of this because that's how I would normally keep a chain going or something. And then when I would hit the wall after that jump, after the grind, everything would go fucking completely bananas.
That one specific goal is weird with the ranges they want you to hit for it to count as you having done the grind on those.
Well, not just that, because I definitely was like grinding the whole thing and then jumping and it wasn't registering. But then if I hit some, you're right, it is specific about you have to be grinding some.
Like I was able to get the 3 in one go.
Okay.
By jumping from one to the next, and just you need to make sure you ride it out as close to that wall as you can, and then jump off and not. Also, you can't bail. If you bail, it doesn't count.
Yeah, no, I know that much.
It's a weird.
It's got to be landed.
It is a very finicky goal.
So yeah, stuff like that part, the finickiness of that goal, plus just the craziness of the physics engine and what that added to it.
Yeah,
it just I don't know. It didn't.
I wish that I had bailed into space more frequently, because like I said, it only happened to me like once, maybe twice. If that was happening to me all the time, would have given that game an extra star.
It just felt extra janky. But not in the
way you want it.
Not in the original Tony Hawk way that I wanted it. So I don't feel compelled to keep playing any of that stuff.
It's a bummer. That game is a bummer. Yeah. Still.
I'm writing an email.
What are you writing?
Sorry.
What's going on? What you ordering?
eBay.
What you buying?
Coins.
What?
No. AF100. They're not on
eBay.
Cameras.
Oh, cameras. Okay, great.
Sorry. We're trying to get stuff moving. When you get a date, and you need stuff by, everybody starts to get all crazy.
Everyone's like, "What? You want it by when?"
What? Why didn't you tell me last year?
Come on, I could have helped you then.
So you're crazy, man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And every time I feel like I start this earlier, what? Why didn't you tell me a week ago?
So I, in trying to get Iron Brigade running on my PC, every time I would load it up, it'd be like, "Hey, you should sign in to Game for Windows Live." I'm like, "Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, that's accurate. I want to get points in this."
Yes.
But for some reason, it had either it was weird. It went to the login screen, and I had to enter in the email address. But once I did that, it auto filled in the password, so it had some memory of me. But then
from another game or something.
But then when I went to go and sign in, it would say like, "Oh, well, we got to download your profile." And
Right.
then in doing that, it would crash every single time.
Huh.
And then I'm like, "Well, let me try a different Games for Windows Live game." And I tried Dirt 2.
Yep.
And that did the exact same thing.
Interesting.
And I can't remember how I ended up getting it working, but in that process of trying to get Iron Brigade working, I ended up playing a shitload more Dirt 2 on the PC. Which is still, I feel like every 6 months or so I just go, Dirt 2!
Yeah.
And I throw it in, and it plays so well and looks so goddamn good still to this day. Just a pleasure of an experience from top to bottom, that game. That game just gets, I don't know, better with age. And you know, I played some Dirt 3, and I didn't like Dirt 3 as much as I liked Dirt 2.
Right.
I thought it was a superior product.
Iron Brigade was the first Games for Windows Live game I have run on my freshly installed SSD. So it's a fresh installed Windows, so I had to start from scratch on all that stuff. And it was a process of, it would start to download the profile, and then it came up and said, there's an update for this game you need to get, or update for Games for Windows Live, like the whatever backend stuff.
Client.
So like it would be midway through the profile download, and then it would quit to install this patch, and then I had to relaunch it.
Yeah.
And then it knew, like the password, the profile was there but not complete. So I couldn't just click it and go. It would say like, this is fucked. And so I had to like start over from scratch on that stuff. Once I did that, it seems to be working okay. It's the only problem I've had with Games for Windows Live.
Just hanging on to that.
Is that one thing right
stuff.
there.
Yeah.
That one thing once. And it's, I try to figure out, because people have such a violent reaction to Games for Windows Live.
Games for Windows Live. Fuck you.
That is roughly, yeah, you were both right.
But to be fair, that was the feeling I had, on whatever day it was when I was playing.
Right? Yeah. When it was keeping you from playing it,
crashing over and over again. I'm
right.
like, I can't fucking play any of my games. This fucking sucks.
And the problem I've had with
What
it
the
is
dick?
like there's so few games that use it,
Right.
that by the time you wind up rolling into another game that uses it, it needs like 7 updates, and then like update, then like relaunch, okay, and it's like you need another update. And like update, okay, and they're like, okay, log in. This time we're cool. Nah, just kidding. Probably need one more update.
Well, because those were all
That's
those were all like the Games for Windows Live client
Yep.
updates, and then you actually get to the game part, and it's like, okay, well now we have to patch the game.
Whatever it was like 3 times.
Crazy.
getting in.
Yeah, that sounds annoying. Maybe it's just I've just been lucky and haven't had a whole lot of trouble with it. But
At the same time, I've had Steam completely fucking melt down on me and lose everything, and I lost all my save files. So fuck Steam also.
But once Games for Windows Live is going,
Yeah.
exactly. Like once you've set it up once, it's usually kind of good to go.
yeah,
From that point on.
Well, at least once
I imagine it must just be really frustrating for people that don't already have an Xbox profile. Like if you don't own a
Like,
360 and
why the fuck
don't
do I
already
want
have
this? Yeah.
that, then it's just like another fucking account or whatever.
And I just hear a lot of people having issues of like when they have issues, not having the support that they need for it. Like, and if you start running into chronic issues that you're not able to resolve on your own, or you go to their help pages,
Right.
and it's just a ghost town.
Sure, when you're trying to debug a PC game, having an added layer of this
I don't
thing on
know
top.
if it's the game or if it's your bullshit abstraction layer here.
Right. Yeah, that could all be frustrating.
Yeah. When anything breaks, it's bad. Taking a hard stance here on the John Podcast.
Whoa.
Give us a call.
Wait,
Tell us what you think
you're saying
on this hot button issue. Bad stuff's bad.
breaking is bad.
Yes.
Am I on?
Yeah, caller, go ahead.
I just want to say just broken stuff's terrible, and I just want to say what's up to Kendra, my girlfriend, and you can like wins a change by the Scorpions for everybody down here at Ted's.
I appreciate you called earlier about the Scorpions.
No, man.
We'll get them.
The first time caller, long time listener, first time, long time.
All right, well, thanks for calling in.
All right, party on, rock and roll, bro.
Shout out to Kendra.
Yeah, Kendra,
Kendra from Dietrich's Nails.
I'm gonna stab you, girl, for what you did to me. No one should have to go through that.
Thanks for calling, and thanks for pitching your support behind Bad Stuff's Bad.
Yeah.
And scene. Jeff, you playing that else?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of stuff.
You want to talk about Persona 4 Arena?
Yeah, I mean, that is but one of the games. I'm going down the list here in my mind, thinking
feeling
about
like
like
that's the one that we
I
can
don't want to start the
talk
show with a
about.
showstopper. Stay dead.
Well, I feel like Stay Dead gets covered.
You just want to get through all your fighting games first.
I'm just going to say, look, you guys, go to the site and watch our Stay Dead quick look. It is up now.
It's live.
You should see what Stay Dead looks like.
I like that got fast-tracked.
It is.
I like that we recorded that and then like 45
no,
minutes
this needs
later,
to be
it's
up right now.
it needs to
No,
go up now.
people need to know.
It's true. People do. You can't really describe it.
It is a full motion video game in which fighting takes place. I would call it a fighting game, but not in the fighting game sense.
It's a fighting game, but it's also
it is also an
time
FMV
event.
game.
See,
Yeah, sure. It's one big quick time event. Sure.
See, that's descriptive.
But that doesn't
That's
describe
not
it.
really what's happening.
Yeah, you should watch the video of us watching the video.
Yeah. Talking about it.
Talking about Stay Dead.
Instead of listening to this audio of us talking about
Right. You're not going to get anything out of
This.
We could talk about how the guy looks.
Go to our
like an
website at
Italian-
www.giantbomb.com and go to the search box and type in Stay Dead.
But the video search box or the game, either way you'll get there.
Just there's a search box. Yeah,
search
you'll,
box.
you'll find it.
The search box.
We don't know what the search box looks like when people are listening to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or you know what? Just find search on the site. I don't know if it's.
Go to Google and
Yeah.
type in Giant
Wait, we don't know
Bomb
if Google's still
Stay
gonna be
Dead.
there.
Bing it.
Okay, well, Bing obviously.
Bing
on
will
your
exist
Turn
forever.
on your 360.
Lycos
A
this.
Kingdom Eternal is what Bing is.
Safest place to go, Metacrawler. It'll give you all the results.
Yeah. Lycos is a dog.
Ask Jeeves what he thinks about our video.
Dear Jeeves, I was wondering if you could tell me where on the internet I can watch Giant Bomb's quick look video of a video game called Stay Dead.
Great.
Thank you.
I say,
Would you like to buy gold?
I can tell you many things about this.
Here are the lowest prices on flip-flops.
I, Jeeves, know exactly where it is.
Fantastic.
But you do not need to see it.
I'm so glad Brad found work. Just
Right. So
This vibrant Jeeves character that we've written here.
right, really deep. I haven't spoken to my son in 20 years.
Whoa.
I know. Yeah, this is a
Backstory,
darkness.
I
This is a
like it,
darkness.
yeah.
is his son named Simon.
He doesn't sound like a...
My Simon, trash bag,
Some bad blood, some bad family blood.
mall trash.
We used to share a floor with my Simon.
And we did
What do they do?
It's a shopping. That's how much we know about my Simon.
I have the Y and the O from the My Simon sign up in my living room.
That's the yo.
That's
Yes,
the
the
yo.
yo.
That's the My Simon Yo.
My Simon Yo.
So they're just not a search engine?
Say yo and save. That was their motto.
It was a shopping engine.
Did they know they're not
Comparison
around?
prices.
Comparison.
And then it was a Leeds-based business. It probably still is. I don't. Does that site still exist?
It might still exist.
It might still exist.
That might still be a CVSI property.
It may
in fact.
still be a Leeds-based business.
Check that TriCaster. Is there a
We have
bumper for
the
my
best
Simon on
practices
there?
for getting people to click on something to buy it. Check prices. In
Okay.
fact, are the two words you want to use to
yeah.
entice people to click. Science, years of internet science went into it's not buy it, it's check prices.
Oh,
That's what you do
okay.
to get people to click on something.
Is it around?
Yeah, and it is still a wonderful member of the CBSI family. of
Well, we love that
websites.
site and we wish them the best.
We do. Go ahead and head on over to their
To do what?
To their Twitter page
And check
at
prices.
My Simon. Check some prices.
Check some
Ask
prices.
Jeeves what my Simon does.
You know, I don't think there's a mention of checking prices anywhere on this front page.
They've changed
so they've
their
had to
business
they've had to
model.
change the game from the
Oh,
ground
you know
up.
what? Are you sure it's still because there was some lawsuit that involved it reverting to the name of Simon Malls, like the mall company?
No, I think they just had to get paid.
Okay,
was
well,
what it
whatever it was.
but no, because it says about CBS Interactive at the bottom at the footer here. This is
Still owned.
Okay.
still fully a shopping.
Tech Republic.
Yeah,
Urban Baby.
Yeah.
urban baby.
What are you talking
Stay
about?
Dead's pretty cool.
Oh, right,
It's crazy.
yeah.
You should take a look
I
at
don't even
it.
have to check prices; they were just here.
Really?
All right, great.
It's the numbers.
They've
Boom.
knocked a step out of the process.
That's right.
How much for the Barcelona Olympics?
This parka is $500. Why are you trying to sell me a parka in the middle of fucking August?
Because you want to hang out in front of the movie theater and sell drugs. Mm-hmm. Wanderlust Rebirth.
Did you actually play some Wanderlust?
I did, yeah. A very little bit. We'll do some video with that. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of cool. It's a 16-bit action RPG. So it's a 16-bit style graphics. But you are, you're kind of walking around top down, sword, shield, other moves as you build your character up, and it's also online. So when you connect, it looks kind of like a SNES game, but then there's a fat chat scroll on it because you're connecting to some central server and then getting with players and going off on adventures and
It's like
stuff.
4 people at a time?
Yeah, 4 people at a time. Loot drops and crafting and sort of stuff. Like it's there's a depth to it that you would not expect from its like very modest kind of indie look at me, it's a SNES game look. And it seems like there's something real cool to it.
Cool.
But I haven't played enough to really say one way or the other.
Yes.
I don't know. I jumped around a bunch of other stuff this weekend, but
He dabbled.
yeah. But actually, I dabbled kind of around the edges of playing like 20 fucking hours of Persona 4 Arena.
Yeah.
Or some number like that.
Some large number of Persona 4 Arena.
Yeah.
Persona 4
Well,
Arena.
I say playing, but what I really mean is reading.
You're reading a lot of text.
Does that continue to be a Persona staple?
Yeah, but more so.
In the fighting game?
The fighting game's got
adventure
more reading than the RPG.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Well, more condensed, like more at a time for sure.
Is it a problem?
It depends on your feelings about the Persona 4 characters and setting and that stuff.
What if I like adventure games?
Then I don't think you'll like any part of this game.
Oh, no.
Because there is no adventuring and there's no adventure.
Book of Unwritten Tales. That's the game for you.
Book is very accurate.
So yeah, we saw some during the Quick Look EX.
Yes.
Chie's part.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's a bunch of text. I wonder.
Yeah, dude.
Is that like every character?
So the story mode is a visual novel. Like straight up, just without all the dating and weird porny stuff that is in actual real visual novels.
How does the fighting work then?
Occasionally characters meet up and fight.
And
So the story is the same story that is in the arcade mode, it's just fleshed out. Like there is already a story that is like, everyone gets called into the TV because of this, and then they have to fight this person at the end of the story. And the arcade mode has that much.
Okay.
But then the story mode is,
Padded with.
it's 20 times that in size and scope because it's explaining what is actually going on and why, and it's told from every character's perspective. So there's Chie's story, there's Yosuke's story, there's the Akihiko's story from Persona 3, Elizabeth the Velvet Room the Velvet Room girl from Persona 3 is a playable character.
all the characters you can fight with in the game.
Oh yes,
Okay.
have a story mode.
And it's different.
And it's different. It's kind of telling the same story, but from different perspectives. And on top of that, they aren't actually the same story because different characters meet up depending on which story you're playing. So it's hard to figure out like what is the actual canonical version of this
Sure.
on top of all that because it is slightly different.
So when I talked to you, it must have been Friday.
Yeah.
You said that there are some actual animated scenes that are full motion video or stuff like that.
Yes.
But you thought maybe
Those all get reused.
Okay.
So it's all real generic stuff like the intro video of them being introduced at the start of the fighting tournament.
Okay.
Then there's a point where a character faces her own shadow. Then there is another part where the said shadow goes from, one small thing to one big thing,
Sure, as
shadows are wont to do when they're denied.
And so those
And
are
that's
generic.
it. Those are generic, and those are peppered in. Like them entering the TV at the Junes, like that shows up in 2 or 3 of them. But it's the same. It's the same thing.
So if you're looking for like new animated
Right.
stuff, this isn't the
No.
Okay.
If you're looking for inner monologues from the characters on this fighting games roster as they go through this new adventure, it's awesome.
So as somebody who liked the Persona 4 characters, did you find that they were developing those characters, or did it seem just?
I wouldn't say they're developing the characters. So this is all set 2 months after the end of Persona 4. So they're not really that different. If anything, the few Persona 3 characters that show up are probably a little more interesting
Okay.
because there's been more time for them to change. Whereas this is, Golden Week has come around and Charlie has decided to come back to Inaba to hang out, just to visit. But as he comes back, the Midnight Channel comes back, shows this fighting tournament thing. They try to figure out what's going on,
Investigation
realize that
team
Rize, Kanji, and Teddy are missing,
Oh, no.
and figure they must be in the TV. So they go in the TV, stumble upon this fighting tournament, and you see
happens.
Yeah. Naoto is supposed to be out of town, but she definitely factors into it as well. The Persona 3 characters are called to this area because they're searching for something as well.
Okay.
And so it fits together in a pretty interesting way. But you're fucking reading. Like, it is. If they put this out as a book with some photos in it, you'd be stoked.
And there's some spoken bits, but
yeah, it's basically like whenever characters are speaking to each other, they're typically talking out loud.
Oh, okay, but the inner
but
stuff.
But the vast majority of it is inner monologues from the character that you are currently playing in the story.
And then the lips move.
Yeah, and the lips kind of flap a little bit
when they're talking to each other.
Yeah. And then occasionally it erupts into a fight. And that's been the big question I've been getting from people, because they're like, I love Persona, but I don't know shit about fighting games.
Yeah. Can I enjoy this?
Yeah, you can. Because all the battles in the story mode are 1 round each. And it's like 4 fights in a lot of cases.
Wow.
And the game is fairly easy to pick up, especially against the AI. There's an auto combo you can do just by mashing the A button. That's A in-game terminology, not necessarily the A button on your controller. So it's actually X on a X or square, depending on which platform you're using. And just busting out this auto combo over and over again until you win that fight, and then the story continues on.
Okay.
It's not a difficult fighting game to play and it almost seems like, even compared to arcade mode, they may have dumbed it down a little bit for story mode, because maybe they realize, like, dude, this is a visual novel, not necessarily the most dexterous of players getting involved in this sort of thing.
So I'll stop right there and say, is there depth in the system if you want it?
As a fighting game?
Yeah, as a fighting game.
I think so.
So, like, if you're into fighting games and not necessarily give a shit about the Persona
So,
stuff.
I mean, it's an ARC game. You know, it's an ARC system game. It's
Blaz.
Yeah, it is similar in style to Blaze Blue and stuff like Guilty Gear and stuff like that, where it's, you know, it's very much air dashes and double jumps and high jumps and just like this super, super fast moving game with bursts where you're, you know, kind of shoving guys, busting out of combos with it, or you know, whatever it is you happen to be bursting with for Y. And, you know, supers and instant kill moves.
Oh, right, yeah.
But there's a lot in the fighting game. There are actually like a lot of really great references to what those characters would actually be doing in a fight, which is pretty cool. So, like with Yosuke being a wind-oriented guy, like he's got big old stick his hands out, and Jiraiya shows up with him and spins too, and you know, huge whirlwind. You know, Chie's instant kill move is a galactic punt. And one of her supers is the God Hand, just downward, just punching, crushing thing.
Nice. So some references for folks in the know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel like that made like the characters? Because I feel like kind of one of the issues with past arc fighting games has been that it seems like a lot of nonsense.
Right.
Of just like, this character design is ridiculous, and the moves that are happening just seem like they're coming out of nowhere.
Like, it's hard to get a sense for, like, what is this character even capable of?
Yeah. Do you feel like previous knowledge of Persona 4 is coloring that experience with Arena?
Probably a little bit. It probably is helping.
Like, oh, okay, I understand why this hand is coming down out of the fucking sky.
Well, whatever. I mean, you know, like a super move is just going to be a super move anyway. But it's more stuff like, you expect Chie to be a kick-heavy character, and when you realize she doesn't have a projectile, you're like, yeah, okay, that kind of makes some sense.
Does Kanji wrestle?
Kanji has a chair the whole time.
Really?
So, yeah, basically.
Right.
And his dash is a lot, you know, doesn't go as far as the other character and stuff. Like, he's very much like the slow kind of grappler style.
Okay.
Grappler style of character. He doesn't, I don't know how many, like, command throws or anything like that he's got, but I've not played a ton of Kanji. But yeah, I mean, you know, Yukiko casts Dia and Aji and Mirage. You know, it's like the spell names and stuff come into play in some kind of cool ways.
Have you seen Jack Frost? Black Frost?
No.
Mysterious Fox?
No.
Funky Student?
No.
What game are you?
Yeah, I know. It's weird because in some ways it feels like it's pandering with the story.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's very much fan service in a lot of ways. To the point where, like, the lengths that they go to establish that Chie enjoys steak is almost like kind of offensive or something at some point. You're like, no, I get it.
That's her thing.
There's a thing.
Steak.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But Jesus, come on.
Bruce Lee and steak.
She's not just.
It's deeper than
There's
that.
depth.
Aw. Can't boil her down to just steak.
Exactly.
Steaks
But they
and
try
kicks.
to. They try to
Oh.
in a couple of spots. And you're just like, man, come on.
Can you fight in the meat dimension?
No.
still wanna know what that place
in
looks
story
like.
mode, you do fight over a beef bowl at one point.
All right.
It leads to a bad ending, but you can have that
So
fight.
they're a different ending.
I think Chie might have the only... Either that or I just got lucky on all the other ones I chose, but...
So you make choices though?
You do make choices. It'll pop up and say, like... It's usually like, what do you want to say in response to what's being said to you? So it'll have, like, two things. But sometimes it'll be an action. In this case, it's like, jump out the window after the guy and the steak smell, or continue on your mission. And if you jump out the window, you get a bad ending.
It just ends?
No, you have to fight that guy for the steak bowl.
Okay. Huh.
And then eat it, and then you get an ending, which is, it's worth seeing. Yeah, so I really enjoy the story mode for as non-interactive and shit as it is. Like, it's actually from all of these characters kind of as they go through their stuff. Like, what is going on in Teddy's head?
What is going on in Teddy's head?
About what you'd expect. He thinks he's pretty awesome, and he thinks he's got hilarious jokes, and that he is a hit with the ladies.
So is Teddy only the bear suit?
In one of his win poses, he comes out of the bear suit, but
Okay.
it's not. He does not fight out of the bear suit.
All right.
Yeah,
Stays in the suit?
Yeah.
And it's not empty.
no, it's not empty
All right.
because it takes place after the events of Persona 4.
Oh, that's
so,
right.
So they would have to have
Spoiler alert.
right?
Vinny, does this sound like
If
enough
that makes
to,
any sense.
does it sound like enough to get you in?
You know, it sounds like, I don't know. It sounds
Even
like
just as a kind of unexpected Persona 4 story delivery mechanism.
It's think of it this way.
Yeah.
I mean, gameplay totally different, obviously, but you know how Persona 3 Fest came out and the answer was added.
yeah,
This is
the answer.
the answer for Persona 4.
Yeah, I guess it sounds like I guess I can go through all the story stuff and have a pretty good chunk of content. And
Yeah.
and the arcade stuff seems like maybe a dilution of that, right?
I mean, the arcade mode is just the fighting, and it's 2 rounds, and it becomes just a fighting game at that point.
Because what I realized about buying fighting games is like
Yeah.
once I go through all the story stuff, then I kind of put it on the shelf, and that's
think-
that's not really.
I think for people who are invested in Persona 4 and care about those characters, and to a lesser extent Persona 3, I think that they will enjoy the story mode in spite of it being pretty bad. Just in terms of delivery. I mean, like I said,
just what you get.
you are hitting A, reading another screen of text, hitting A, reading another screen of text, hitting A, anime portrait comes up, lips flap while
Yeah.
2 lines of dialogue are spoken, then it's 5 more lines of text.
Or pages or
Yeah, oftentimes just pages. For Labris, who's like the new character, I probably spent an hour
just reading.
and getting dialogue and reading, like, no fights even.
Wow.
Which there's a lot to say because she's a new character and they have to establish
Huh.
what the hell her whole thing is.
But it definitely seems like they, from the little bit that we had in the Quick Look EX from last week, they are very deliberate in their pacing of all that stuff. They are not. It did not feel like they were trying to hustle through
Yeah.
any of that stuff.
Right.
Like they let their scenes play out.
Yeah. And you can't even start. I mean, because of the nature of some of the characters' stories, you can't even pick them all from the start.
You have to make it through.
You start with the kind of the main 4, and then once you get up to a point where it actually stops and says to be continued
Okay.
in those stories, and then it'll unlock additional stories that you then can play through those, and it'll get to a to be continued point, and then you finally get to Labris, this new character. And once you play through hers, it's like, all right, now that you know what the hell this girl is and what's going on, you can go back and see the rest of the story.
Okay, so you have to bounce around a bit.
Yeah.
Try different characters to finish up.
Yeah.
That's smart.
But it's not even try different characters because you're just getting into the fights and mashing A until the thing is dead. Like it's not the fighting. Story mode might as well have no fighting in it.
Sure.
For as little fighting is actually in it.
Just have an auto skip.
Yeah.
Skip season.
Yeah, you should just be able to skip the fights. Honestly, that probably would have been.
What if it's like you lost? Like
Well, if you lose the fight, it actually just comes up and says game over.
right. So it's like autoplay, and it's
Autoplay,
like, sorry, you
you lose.
lost.
That's it. That's the end of your story. You lost.
That's it. All right. How about that net code?
On 360 is bad.
Yeah.
That is accurate. The reports out of Japan about that version of the game seem to be carrying over. I've had fine experiences on the PlayStation 3. I still need to play more online on both. That's what I've not written the review yet as of this recording.
But you had some trouble with the 360.
We're on a super fast connection here. I can play PS3 games against people in Japan and have a decent experience. I was playing against people that were purporting to be from the west coast of the U.S. today. And granted, they could be, on DSL or something like that. But what would happen, what I think the problem is it's overcorrecting in the second round. So it'll go through one round and be reasonably okay, and then at the start of round 2, it goes to shit and just runs at 2/3 of full speed. You're still in control of the action.
Yeah.
It's still doing what you're punching in, but the whole fight is going way slower. And then eventually it picks back up and snaps back in and starts working again. And that seems to be happening on most fights that I've been in on the 360 so far.
And you don't see it as much on the PS3?
I don't see it at all.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, they've said they would patch it, so I assume they will eventually. They had similar problems with one of the BlazBlue games, I guess.
And then the fighting in general? You said before, if you're into the arc system stuff.
Yeah, I still don't love it. It's, I feel like I understand it better than I have understood a BlazBlue game. And part of that is because they've kind of simplified it a little bit. It is not quite as systems deep as some of those games are.
They go like nested systems, kind of bananas.
Yeah,
with those games.
But there's still some bursts and cancels, and one more burst and one more cancel. There's still weird stuff in this game that I haven't quite gotten down. So
who's your character?
I'm getting the shit beat out of me.
Who you made him?
Chia, and then also I'm playing some Charlie as well because he's got projectiles. That's the fighting game I like to play.
Sure.
Throwing fireballs, doing something that looks like a Dragon Punch. Street fighting game stuff.
Persona 4 Arena.
Yeah, so
Persona 4,
assuming this is all treated as canonical, I believe they have said that it is to be treated that way.
Yeah, for Persona 4 2.
Yeah.
Really? Not Persona 5?
Not, how about Persona 7? Because it'd be 4 plus 3. Think about it, just skip to 7. So, they've got Persona 3 characters in there.
Yeah.
And they're in there for a good story reason. Like, the way that they weave that stuff into the Persona 4 stuff is pretty interesting.
So you're saying there's Persona 4 Ultimate?
Yeah, I'm saying that that if they were to make another Persona game, whether they call it Persona 5 or whatever they end up calling it, there's a very interesting and direct story path for them that brings together Persona 3 and 4.
This whole thing is made me just want to go back and finish Persona. That's what it's fun.
Trapped in that way.
I'm hours in. I'd have to start over.
Yeah, at this point, could you even...
Oh, geez, you wouldn't... Yeah. You gotta start over. You gotta start over. What version? PS2?
Yeah.
You gotta start over.
What?
You gotta start... It's too long.
You gotta start over.
You're not gonna know what's going on.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
I won't know anything.
No,
Yeah. It's systems, you won't understand how anything works. You'll be like, where the fuck do I need to go?
There's stuff like, why don't I have direct control over these characters?
People in coffins, and then, you can say, hey, just go fight out the rest of the dungeon,
right.
They go run away. And the midnight hour, they all turn into coffins. I remember. Put your headphones on, you're cool. That's all.
All right, well, good.
Yeah, it's raining today.
No,
that's Persona 4.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It's dusk.
Okay.
Dusk, right now. Dusk. So you like it?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll give it a shot. $60.
It's a
game.
It's a game. Yeah. They don't put the guns to their heads and pull the trigger to evoke the personas.
Yeah, it'd take too much time.
But they explain that they don't have to.
Did you say evoke?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. They're not evoking. They don't use their evoker?
Yes, they don't need to use their evoker. But they explain why they don't.
Did that even happen in Persona 4?
No.
Okay. It was just
Just 3.
Okay.
Just 3. Yeah, I hope that that's the game they make. After this, if they were to make that game, bringing 3 and 4 together.
Strong characters.
Yeah.
They fleshed them out. You want to see more of those?
Yeah.
Do you want to see them as adults?
No. If you wanted to set it, like, let's say 1 to 2 years after the events of Persona 4 Arena, just to get everyone out of high school.
Yeah, college years.
Yeah, because I mean that's where the Persona 3 characters are now. They're around their college age, just about. So, just to get them removed from the high school stuff, so that they could go around the world fighting shadows, basically. Like just start a big old shadow extermination team with all these dudes.
Mm-hmm. That was I think that was kind of the Persona 3. If I remember. Okay, it's like an organization,
right?
I think.
Seas.
Yeah.
So you could see another Persona game where all the characters from Persona 4 are part of that.
Yeah, they get recruited.
Yeah.
Evokers.
So awesome.
I'm glad they explain it. We learned how to do this without.
There you go.
Yeah.
You've figured out the explanation. That is about as deep as they go.
You don't have to put this.
But it's enough. It's enough. There's like 2 lines of dialogue that are just like, I keep my evoker with me even though we don't need to use them. It's like, yeah, all right.
Cool. Well,
it's pretty good. But again, like I'm going to put this out here. Like, don't.
Yes.
It is an esoteric fighting game that is not your run of the mill fighting game. So it'll take a little bit for you to pick it up if you're not already kind of crazy on that front. And the story mode is mostly text. So on paper, we separate all emotion from it. It's not very good or accessible or.
Yeah. But it has the stuff that you need in it.
Yes, it has the stuff that you need. If you know that this is the thing you need, it has the thing you need in it.
You're going to get that.
You're going to get that.
Crack it open.
It has that.
And drink the marrow.
You're going to put it in. It's going to start playing the music. They're going to go to Junest and you're going to be like, fuck. Like, the music's going to play that's going to make you want to just, I got to sit down and really think about life and shit.
I should be playing Persona. Fez.
Wait, Persona 3 Fez.
Fez. I own it.
Hit up 3 times to fly.
Wait, is that the
Persona 3 Fez. So they released 2 versions of Persona 3.
He plays a girl
on PS2.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That was a completely different game, right?
Yeah.
Or there was.
It was basically they released the same game with some updates and then this extra chapter.
Yeah. Right.
That was kind of the afterwards, the epilogue to the whole story.
And then there's Persona 3 Portable, which is
the PSP game.
And then that's it.
And there's Persona 4 Golden.
Oh,
coming to Vita.
Right. And then there's Persona 1 and 2. They re-released 1. What was the one we?
Yeah, they released 1 on PSP.
I think they've re-released both of them at this point. The first.
Well, there was two Persona 2s.
Yeah. But did one of those just never come out in the States?
I think one of those might have not. I actually don't remember.
As I recall, I remember
that like Innocent Sin or like whatever one of the 2.
At a time, there was only one of those
right.
available.
They may have released the other one way later.
What's the one where you're?
It gets confusing.
Like 19th century magic cop detective walking around the street.
Ghosts and
That's fucking
Ghosts and
Goblins.
I'm sorry.
It's the devil. It's Devil Summoner.
Yeah, or something.
It's Ghouls and Ghosts.
Sorry. Yeah, it's Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Trojan. Got it.
Yeah, you can double jump.
It's Shin Megami Tensei
colon
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Get the golden armor.
Fuck everything up.
Yeah, the lightning comes down and then it goes out to the sides and then everyone's dead.
Fucking just lay waste to everything and you need it.
I got turned into a duck.
You need it because you'll get turned into a duck otherwise. That's good foreshadowing. We'll talk about ducks more later. On that note, let's shift gears some, Jeff. And let's talk about some news. And you were at some news-making events last week.
Was I?
Or at least one news-making event last week when EA held its summer showcase.
What's up with the news, man? Tell me everything.
I thought you said news-making events.
Well, that was where they announced the new Army of Two.
Right.
Dude, it's fucking August. Just cut me some goddamn slack.
No, totally. Yeah. It's they announced it the morning of. They didn't even wait until that thing to announce it.
Oh. Well.
They spit out a press release.
I should play those games.
No.
Okay. Play Persona 3.
Yeah. They got on stage and said the next game in the beloved co-op series, Army of Two.
There's probably some love there.
I was like, by who? Like, I want to stand up and go, what are you talking about?
Did people clap?
What is this Army of Two series that you're talking about?
Is there a different Army of Two?
You guys have been putting out on the slide?
Because I remember this kind of middling game that, like, where in the first one you had that really good Wu-Tang reference.
and that was the best part.
And that was
about
the best part about both those games combined.
Oh, maybe I did play the
And then
first
now
one.
this new one they're saying is going to be gritty.
The Devil's Cartel.
Because there's been a real shortage of gritty, mature shooters.
Yeah,
I
more
feel.
intense, mature,
So if
and
we could
gritty.
get that in,
And they're referring to it as a reboot. They're not. Yeah.
Oh, this is
Are they
not,
really?
It's not 2 3.
are they really?
No. I'm sorry.
No.
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 The W in two?
We're referring to it as a reboot.
I don't believe that's the case.
Okay.
I believe it is in fact a direct sequel.
Okay. Yeah. That's,
So wait, with the
That's
W,
my understanding of it. But,
W
but
and 2 is what?
well, okay.
it is a Roman numeral 3.
Okay.
I will.
Army of 3.
Army of 2.3.
I will say this is just the language on this, and no fault of Alex Navarro's, but the tonal reboot, not necessarily a story
Okay.
or fiction.